finance your next vehicle is important. These days there are more ways of purchasing a car than ever, giving you different options on how you want to pay for your next vehicle. However, there are some things you need to think about before you head into the land of finance, so that you're prepared for some of the finer aspects of what these products require.
In this video, we're going to be checking out some of the key features of financing your next vehicle, and we'll be speaking to the experts who provide some of the financing options that you might be looking at.
There are a number of options when it comes to used car financing, and although they may look a little similar on paper, there are some key differences to take away. Let's check them out. Personal contract purchase, better known as PCP, is one of the most popular forms of car finance. In this instance, you put a deposit up front and then make a regular monthly payment. You never own the vehicle, it belongs to the finance company instead, and you're essentially making monthly payments to cover the car's depreciation. Once you get to the end of the contract, there are some options, however. You can choose to pay a final amount, often referred to as a balloon payment, in order to keep the car, though these payments are often very high. You can exchange the car for a new one and start a new finance agreement with that latest vehicle. Or you can simply return the vehicle to the retailer and walk away from financing. You're free to choose another car if you like, or decide upon another form of finance entirely.
Used car leasing is very similar to PCP. You'll need to put up a deposit and you'll still be making monthly payments for the vehicle. However, standard leasing doesn't give you the option to purchase the car at the end of the agreement, so you'll need to pick another car or financing option. At no point during the term do you own the vehicle either.
Hire purchase, or HP, is similar to PCP in that you'll be making fixed monthly payments. However, because you're paying off the actual cost of the vehicle with HP, those monthly payments are likely to be higher. But the upside is that you'll own the vehicle at the end of the agreement. You'll officially own it at that point, so you can drive it without having to make any more payments or even sell it, should you wish.
If you want to keep hold of your car for longer and you don't want to change it after a few years, then a personal loan could be the best option. In this case, you approach a bank to apply for a loan, which you then use to purchase the car. You then pay the loan back to the lender with interest for the entire duration as discussed. The good part of this is that you own the car right away, and you'll then make standard monthly payments until it's all paid off.
A newer form of leasing which has become available in recent years is a subscription. Similar to a phone contract, a car subscription usually ties everything you need into one monthly bundle. That means as well as the car payment, you usually get servicing, tyres and insurance all rolled into one to make things easier. The payments are usually higher as a result. Like other options here, you'll give the car back to the supplier at the end of the term too. Finance providers take into account a number of different aspects when it comes to providing a package.
For instance, finance packages differ for new and used cars, so it's a good idea to compare and contrast the two to make sure if it's right for you.
Lenders will also take into account your credit score. A better credit score will mean that you've got access to a wider range of finance products, and you might get a lower rate of interest too, meaning lower monthly payments.
If you like the idea of switching your car more regularly, then both PCP and standard finance options will be the best for you. In contrast, a personal loan or HP will both mean you keep the car at the end, so you'll need to sell it in order to swap vehicles.
Working out how far you travel on average is also essential. A lot of finance agreements have a mileage limit, and if you go over them, you could be hit with some steep additional costs for every mile over the cap you travel.
There are some key bits of information that you'll need to provide in order to get finance set up. Let's take a look.
You'll need to prove who you are when setting up a finance agreement. You could bring your driving licence as a form of ID or a passport. You'll also need something that shows your current address, like a utility bill, and your full address history for the past 3 years at least.
At this point, you'll be required to provide the names and addresses of employers for the last 3 years at least. You'll also need to put down your current job title and salary, or if you're self-employed, then you need to provide evidence of your income too.
Naturally, you're going to have to show a way of payment for the monthly instalments, so you'll need to provide bank details from the account you'd like the money drawn from. This bank account will need to be in your name or be a shared account with your name on it.
What is negative equity? Well, if your car's lost more money than the amount you've paid off, then you could fall into negative equity. For example, if your car is worth £24,000, but you still owe £25,000 to the finance company, then you've got £1,000 of negative equity outstanding.
Though this is a rare occurrence, it can happen, such as when you've had an accident and the insurance company will only cover that vehicle's present value, which is less than the amount that you owe.
That leads to an issue where you're required to pay off the balance of the finance agreement. The best bet is to speak to your individual lender to find out the best option for you, but this could include returning the vehicle and paying an additional fee, paying off the final balloon payment, or even starting a new finance agreement on a different vehicle with this additional value taken into account.
If you're looking for a car, then it's likely that you'll be considering finance as a way of paying for it. At Motors, we've got thousands of cars to check out, and the vast majority are available with some form of finance, so there's always an option for you.
We hope that you found this video informative, and if it has helped you out, please give us a thumbs up underneath. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you're notified each time we upload a video just like this one.